Come on now. We live yet? We live yet? Yep. Alrighty. Hey everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, it's the first stream in a while, actually. I've been hit with the joys of moving house. Yes, no fun there, kids. Not much modelling either. So in oh, sorry, I'm a bit distracted there. I just noticed something I hadn't noticed previously. It's on the side of the... Yeah, it's not relevant to modelling. Today, we're working on the C-47. Now, I had hoped to get this done by June the 6th, being the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and that did not happen. That's because of the house moving thing. I want to get that finished now, because what I want to get done is this, then the B-17 that I've got mostly done. Finish a Lavochkin, and then we're going to go into a bit of a Mustang fest, both cars and aircraft. We digress, or at least I digress. Now, in the meantime, caffeine. Tis a wonderful world. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I'll slowly bring you around here. Now this is a new device, kids. It's actually a spraying booth. I have got it set up, but it's we're not going to be using it for spraying today. We're going to be using it mostly because of its really good lighting. Now, the thing with that is that I'm not sure how much noise this will generate. We're going to find out. This they now do. Now, give me a moment to get a bit... this is... I've got to roll the chair around a bit. Hang on. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. There we go. Nice and tight in it. There we go. Now I might just move that forward a tad. Well, that was bad. Well, not bad. Inconvenient, because I want to be... There we go. The... oh, well. Part of the vent fell off is what's happened. Oh, that's not so flash. There we go. That's probably a bit better for you guys. If I'm going to be here. Okay. Now, you can see this is the first one I've used this setup. Let's see. How noisy do I reckon this is going to be? Ooh, it's a bit grunty. It's a bit grunty. But I'm sure you'll hear me over it. In the meantime, here's our task. Yeah, you can see it's got a bit... The theory was... There was a theory as to why I've done it this way. And it all went horribly pear-shaped. Well, not horribly, but... basically, what happened here... And we also want to tidy these seams up a bit. What's happened is that I wanted to keep this area inside clean so that I could show it off. Which you can hardly see, but I digress. Now, the point being that the only way I could realistically achieve that is to mask that from the inside, which therefore would require to do them separately, and this has been the outcome. Now, this is not disastrous by any stretch. Now, I'm just giving myself a bit of a scan as to what colour I'd... First things first. Okay, I reckon what we're looking at here is hitting the Boeing grey, which is pretty much the seams, and up to about there. And What? In fact, this will be probably a 2-day operation overall. So today, because I've got to be places as well, do need to keep an eye on the time, because I've got the final inspection at the last place still to be done. I tell you, kids. Hopefully once that has been attended to, we're all done. God, that'd be much rejoicing, I tell you. Anyway, so we're doing Boeing Grey there. Now, I don't think, well, I do think, in this context, I'm of the opinion. Okay, so Boeing Grey is not relevant there, and we're not doing because that's a bit tricksy. We could maybe do a little touch of khaki there. In fact, there's a plan. We might do some little bits of the khaki colour there, like there, little bits here and there, but mostly, and in fact we'll do, okay, there's an option. Here we go. Got our plan. Boeing grey, black, and any of the khaki that is adjoining white. Yes, there's our plan. These are the colours we're doing. Now I'm going to use, and that includes a bit of that. I am going to use this. We're going to see how we go. It might be a bit noisy. The plus side, of course, now, something I can consider here very quickly. Okay, those two are good, I think, mostly. Just seeing where I've got to go with this. Now, it doesn't have to be too exact. The reality of Invasion stripes is that they were pretty rough. And often messy. I believe some of them are even applied with like mops. So absolute precision is not essential, although perhaps a little bit of tidiness goes a long way. Now, next, what colours did I? We'll start with. Now, actually, first thing we're going to do, get our good friend Blue Tack. Now, what I'm going to want to do, I reckon, here's my theory. Now, this isn't helping the cause. Push that out. There we go. There we go. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because it'll make it easier to, once I get this going, there we go. The idea will be, because of course Boeing grey is on the bottom, now I should be right if I put that. That's what I'm looking at that as an option for when I've got the black on. But I'll need to push that on a bit harder than that, but yeah, that'll work. All right. Now, next, I have all the colours that are relevant conveniently on hand. Here's our Boeing grey. I gave this a bit of a shake earlier. Give it another shake now, just for good measure. Shake, 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 ba ba da ba. Shake, 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 ba ba da. Actually, on that topic, if you wonder what the topic is, the reason my camera was just shaking then was I was hitting the notifications button. The reason for that is that if I get a phone call, my ringtone will come up. Now, this on its own is not a big problem for me, but it is something that Facebook raises issue with because it's the James Bond theme, and apparently that then breaches copyright. Go figure. I say they need a bloody hobby. That's my take on it. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Alrighty, now I should probably have gotten these out of here first. Just give this a quick wipe. Now, let's see how we go, kids. Let's see how we go. Give that a bit of a wipe. Bit of yuckiness in transit. Now, hopefully, now I sealed that up with the crystal clear. So our surface should be okay. Now, I'm going to go for a really chunky brush on this one. That is bloody noisy, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that bad, but it's, yeah. Yes, rubbing. Now, can you guys see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. I suppose we could look at the brighter side by painting in here, as in the booth. I do get better light. That's, I do get better lighting, and I guess the fumes can be aired out from the front, because it leads pretty much to the front door. So with just a bit of airing there, it should all be good. Trying to use the paint to drop in on that gap where I put the glue and hopefully fill it up almost, in a sense. Now, getting there. We'll come back in a minute along that line. Then we'll come into here. Alrighty. Yeah, it's starting to happen for us, I think. Unsure about this, the volume of the booth. It's a bit rumpty. At least I think it is. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me casually above it. That's not a problem, but still a lot of background noise. Have to work out what I'm going to do about that. I mean, I could. It's a bit hard today, but I could use this only on occasions when I'd be airbrushing and stuff. Might be an option, because it does fold away. Alrighty. Now, all right. Next, we will move that around that way. Oops. There we go. Mostly happy with that, I think. On the well, at least as far as the Boeing Grey goes, a bit more here perhaps. All right. Then I'll go bloody thumb on it. And then we got away with that too. Now. Oh, there's a thought. I'm just looking at the area. Actually, depending on the areas I'm painting, I can probably even just leave it like that when it comes to drying. Again, I digress. Then we'll pop that over to here for the time being. If it wasn't for the volume of the booth, you know, I'd really quite dig it, I've got to say. Now, anyway, is there anything I want to do on here? This colour. Not really. Maybe a little bit here because that's looking a bit yucky. I mean, if I'm going to do it. Oh, hang on though. We'll do that. Be damned. Yeah, it's going to look much nicer now. A bit. There we go. Once the varnish hits, that will look sweet. Now, hey man, how you doing? Here's a question: how noisy is the booth on the audio? I'm trying to find this out because, of course, I can't hear it from the outside yet. Yeah, bit annoyed with this, in as much as this setup here, fantastic, but the tube is giving me a jip. I went and actually bought one from a hardware store, and it still isn't really. Yeah, I've got to go and have another chat with them and probably return something. Frustration. Never mind. Okay, if you can hear me good, that's pretty much the bigger issue, really, isn't it? Alrighty. Now, what I've done so far is I've just tidied up the Boeing grey on the fuselage and shit. Now, I'm thinking what we can do next. Let me just clean my brush. Now, I'm not going to be on for that long today. I'll be on for over an hour. That's a definite. But I've got to go and do the last inspection at my previous place of abode. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. How you doing, Michael? Yeah. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to get a little bit of. No, first I'm going to rinse my brush, and then yeah, it is a new spray booth, mate. It's I got it so I could airbrush inside. I've always had to go out to the shed. The inherent issue is with the tube not quite reaching the window. Now, I want to address that. I thought I had by purchasing this other tube, and it just split on me. I'm going back today and saying, well, they might actually do I guess the term is store credit. Oh yeah, nice one. I've actually got I've got a lot of things planned in the next year, but one of which is an F4U, Boyingtons to be precise. Yeah. It's one of a number of things I've got planned for the next year. I've also got planned to build what I will be calling a Mustang shelf, which will have Mustang cars, Mustang and the Mustang aircraft. I've even got myself a little Matchbox Mustang. Oh, hey, Sprue, how you doing? Come on, there we go. Now, there we go. Now, I'm probably not going to need too much of this. There we go. Because I'm only doing the bits that border the white on this one. So I'll probably go a fairly smallish sort of a brush here, relatively speaking. Now, for those who are on, on any platform really, don't be offended if I don't flick you in the link to join the stream, because I'm going to be doing lots of hoping to start doing uploading. I want to use obviously the bits from my live streams to do that. So yeah, I'm sure you see why therefore that. If I just come up here. However, do tell me how your builds are coming along. thing about these, of course, as I mentioned earlier, is precision is not required. They're often pretty haphazard invasion stripes. Now all I'm trying to do with this one is just even that up a little bit. I'll tidy up the white a bit more tomorrow. That's it on the door. There's a bit on the wings. I wouldn't mind tidying up. There we go. There we go. That's it. One thing I would say for the spray booth, the lighting's great. Makes it very easy. Yes, there was a couple of little tidy ups there. So we'll come into here, just right in there. There we go. And yep. Just realised there's a bit more bone grey I may wish to tidy there. Yes. It's all right, we can come back to that in a minute, depending on time. Oh. Oh no. Left a thumbprint. Yes. We've all done the Jolly Green Giant experience, I think. There we go. Or left a thumb. Oh yeah, and going to bed. Sorry, I totally misinterpreted what you said. Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for sort of even dropping past. I'm always very grateful for that. Now, I'm going to leave that because that won't get hit by the ground. We'll just leave that like that to remind me to do a little touch up there. Yes. Now let's have a look. See here. Aha, a low and a little bit there. Although I could do that tomorrow because I'll be doing a bit more of this colour tomorrow. We'll come into here a bit. Alrighty. And yes. I believe we're getting there now. There's a couple. There's something I can look at too. All right, so it's that one. Now, whilst I've got this colour out, probably want a bigger brush. Actually, give me a moment. What I'm going to work on next is wash, rinse, repeat. Always repeat. Thank you, Homer J. Now, we'll go for, excuse me while I run through my array of brushes. This one will do us. This should cover the job. all I want to do here is come into here. I used a spray can to do the black. Might not do that again. I have had some good results with spray cans in aluminium if you're just covering the whole aircraft. Yeah. It's yeah, never mind. Here we go. Now, again, in this instance, I'm not that bothered about. Oh, there's something I can probably hit quite happily right now. It being perfect, because also that's an area where it probably would have gotten a bit of mucky muck because of wheels and all sorts of other. But we can also give it a bit of a tidy up, a bit more of a tidy up tomorrow. Yes, rubbing. I think we've got a bit of paint reactivation going on there, which is not helping our cause. Yeah, we do. So we're going to have to come back to this definitely tomorrow. I may even need to get a new brush. Oh no, you might be a bit lucky. Yeah, I'll tidy that up some more tomorrow. Now, a bit more into here. And again, but again, an easy fix. Now, next clean brush. We're going to tidy up our black, I believe. And depending on time, a bit of more bombing grey. Actually, something that's just occurred to me. This might actually be a 3-day process. You know what? To fully get this all nicely painted and ready to be boom, boom, boom put together. I believe that's the technical term. Boom, boom, boom. Now, D-Day. Yes. Give us a bit of a wipe. That's the paint pot here. Okay, jolly good. Next, mouthful of coffee. So, oh yeah, that's the stuff I tell you. Let's give the black a bit of a shake. Again, I did so earlier, but hey, no. There we go. Yeah, she's good. D-Day. Let's want that off. First war wound. Good. Now. Next. Let us well, obviously assembly, but as far as it goes, just getting this paint nicely lined up, and then we can pretty much get this done. I don't think it's actually going to take that long. It's just because of the way I went about the invasion stripes on this occasion, trying to make sure that the inside was nice and clean and pristine and can be seen. I actually made my life a bit more difficult than I needed to. And well, hey, that one's okay. That one we will leave and just use the white there. Now, that's going to be white there. It's okay there. I'm actually mostly okay with the wings. Mostly. Notwithstanding, I need to go slice and then put more bombing grey there and then more white there. But that wing, oh, and a bit of white there. Okay, but as far as for today's purposes, be good. Which brings us to this. Now, okay, so on this, there's another thing, okay. Right. Now, we'll get a thick and heavy brush again. Goodly amount of black into this. And we can that will then go up to there. Under here. All right. Oh. Yeah, it's a thing. but it's getting there. Just these little bits. We have to do a big white bit there, but that's okay. Now, okay. A little bit of a tricksy one here. And I'm going to go for the thick one here. Yeah, it's a bit better. Slightly. Again, it doesn't have to, this one doesn't have to be perfect, or these don't have to be perfect, because they weren't in actuality perfect. They had thousands, literally thousands of aircraft. They were using whatever they could to get them all done. So, to some point, a bit of an error is a good thing. If you follow the logic I'm applying there. Now, however, we're getting there. I need to bring this down a little bit more. Yeah, now we're getting there. Well, yeah, it is actually coming together, believe it or not. Now we've got one last little, actually a couple of little bit more in black to do. And then I would say we're going to be revisiting the khaki for a little bit. Let me just, that's it. So, if that's going to, yep. Excuse me while I have a bit of a ponder. All right. We're going to leave that. Another war wound already. Dear, oh dear. Just smudge some black on that. Now, let me just see if here's something we can consider. Just these little sort of things we may as well give it a whirl to tidy up. As if we're hitting the white tomorrow. And what I might do here, hopefully that'll hold. I'm kidding myself. Anyway, which one was the one with the bone grey that I needed to tidy up? That one, I reckon, actually. Alrighty, almost done. Giggity. Although the bigger issue will again be that I want that to dry overnight, and then we can progress to the other colours. Now, bombing grey we were revisiting, weren't we? Because, yeah, I can see the line that I'm going to need to re-establish on the white to enable the black to be thinned down to match the one at the top. I'll give this a quick rinse. Now, it might be that I have a very short stream today, and in some ways that'd be convenient because I have a fair bit to do still. I mean, as you can imagine, having moved house recently and all the rest of it, I still haven't actually unpacked stuff, some stuff anyway. But we'll see it. I mean, I'm going to be on for a little while longer anyway. Other thing I want to do is actually again find some way of addressing this hose issue on the back of the, and I think that actually makes the booth a bit quieter too, because it'll cover the vent. So yeah, now bombing grey. Yeah, this is the one. So, I see what rolls here. Now, give me a moment, guys. In fact, I can even. It meets okay there. I'll zoom in for this, I think. The line meets okay there, as you can see, but not there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from about there and try and, that's the technical noise, I believe. There for the time being, whilst I just give the zoom out. And then we're actually surprisingly close. There's a quick little aside, I think, when I'm done it. I wonder if I could just, that's probably how I'll leave it. That'll work. All right, that's a plan. That's a plan, Stan. Oh dear, I just trotted out Paul Simon. Now, I think I might also check. Yeah, that's all right. Now, Right. Now, next, might go with this one, this brush. It's an old fave, pretty much as reliable as it's a it's a Tamiya. Yeah, Tamiya. And it has served me well for some years, and that's a bit of a statement as to a whole stack of things, actually. Now, first, that's not where I'm going here. I'm going diagonally. So, now, whilst in the short term, that's going to make this white look very narrow. That white will then be taken across a bit further. The rest of the stripes are fairly sound. Looking at that, I might actually consider taking the black across a bit wider too. That's another thing I can consider. But let's get this one done first. Now, righty. Now we're getting there. I think, anyway. It's going to be very thin here. Got it. Nice one, big boy. I'll show you in a minute, guys. Just let me. Pretty happy about. Whilst I've got this colour out, give this another run over. It's not really the brush for this task. But let's get there. Alrighty, now. Yes. Yes, there was another thing. Keep discovering little bits I keep forgetting to do. I suppose discovering is a good thing, means to get them done in the end. Now, what I was going to show you, once I've cleaned this brush, is how the other wings panned out. The answer is not badly. Now, okay, so yep. Just keeping my eye on the clock, as I mentioned earlier. Now, next, I was going to show you. Give me a moment. Just wipe that out. Now, what I did here is managed to get the Boeing grey such that got a fairly clear meeting there. Boom. Now, there was something else I noticed that I wanted to address in both black and in khaki. Well, if you give us a moment, I'll just put this down. I'll turn this off for a moment because I can now. Well, I'm not painting anyway. Okay, this is obviously the booth, and there's a lot of carnage still going on because there's a lot of organisation I need to do. But we have, you can see I've got a desk that stretches out this way, and that enables me to have my whatever paints I require. I'm probably going to just bring out the paints that I need per session every time so I don't get clutter on my desk. I've got a bit of space there as well, of course. Now over here is my computer, which is convenient, and that is my computer. That cabinet, you can't see the front of it. I have to take the camera out, and I can do that at some stage. But that's actually where I've got a lot of the aircraft displayed. I hope you guys aren't getting seasick yet. That's obviously part of the front door. That's got that cabinet there's got some die-cast cars, some of which I'm going to do plastic models of, my Lancasters, my Militaria. I've got a lot of medals and stuff in there. There's my swords. Yeah. Well, not just swords, also some daggers. Obviously chuckers, staffs, yada, yada, yada. That one there is more stuff to do with my family. A lot of the miniatures in there were made by my mother. On one of those shelves is the World War II ID papers of my grandparents and mother, a picture of my grandparents, their citizenship papers, because we're actually from the UK, not Australia. Picture of my great-grandfather. On that there is it's an irony. My mum was an atheist and we were raised as atheists, but she had this kick-ass Bible that we discovered when she was dead. And that's what that big tome there is. There's also, and you can't see it from here, a collection of, or part of a collection of historical newspapers, which is encompasses such niceties as there's one with now King Charles initially being installed as Prince of Wales. Now that's something that happened the better part of 50 years ago. There's ones of Prince Elizabeth becoming Queen Elizabeth, the coronation of that. There's ones of Churchill's death. So some pretty historical events in those papers. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So yeah, that's what I've got going so far. What I'm probably going to do is to the left of me where I'm sitting at the moment. If you can, here we go. Now, if you look, imagine here as being, I'm going to be using this as the workbench mostly, I think, because of the lighting aspect that it supplies. It's very handy, in my opinion. Now, that gives me a bit of space on the right-hand side there for my coffee. Makes it very easy to see my computer. And just convenience. Whilst what I'm thinking is that down here, which yes is floor at the moment, you can see it's like I said, carnage. I'm probably going to keep because those fishing boxes, tackle boxes, have paint in them of various colors and acrylic and lacquer. And what I'm thinking is that I'll probably still keep them there, sort of out of the way of my feet, and only bring up the ones I need for any given session rather than just having them rambling around. And I'll also only bring over because here we go. Here's something else I need to show. Actually, I am going to have to get you out of give me a moment. There we go. Now, we'll go. Actually, first, while I'm here, we'll zoom out a bit. Yeah, there's the display case of models. So, yeah. But what I've also done is, this is not all a mustache, but here is where I've got kits in progress. Some of them are currently on the table behind me. I've got a table behind me. So I work out what's what. Here's the Lavochkin put aside. So what will happen is because I'm actually going to go finish the C-47, finish the B-17, finish the Lavochkin, onto new work. Now, on that front, here's some of the things I'm looking at. I want to get onto the 109K4, but I also want to do a Mustang, both maybe this little number here or I've got another one around here. This one. And as well as the aircraft. But this is part of my stash and what I'm looking at doing over the next year. I also have, while I'm here, I can't see any comments you're making, but hey. Whilst I'm here, I have to get, and you saw carnage before, brace yourself for this. But this is still very heavily got to be processed, this room. Here's a whole stack of other kits I have lined up for the future. As you can see, I've got myself pretty well covered for the next few years. Anyway, so actually, while I've got you out and about, yeah, I might just give you a quick. That was made by my mum. These shells obviously weren't, but they were nice parts of her collection. Those candles were given to her for working experience at the candle makers when she was in the UK. She made that, obviously those. That's the Bible I was telling you about. Yeah, there's the papers. I was telling you about. Bit of a kick-ass shell collection down there. Yeah. There's the medals I was telling you about. The cast iron. Those ones down there are actually part of from a local biscuit manufacturer and part of a 100th anniversary collection. In fact, the entire 100th anniversary collection, I believe. Our Lanks, that's a D-Day thing that I'm going to be putting with the C-47 when it's assembled. Dam Busters coins to go with the Dam Busters Lancaster. That's a Chrysler Charger, not a Dodge Charger. This is an Australian type of car. I wanted to get the kit for it, but they don't have them. So I got the cast iron. This is a 50th anniversary run. That's a certificate of authenticity. And these are my Matchbox cars, and I've got plans to build pretty much variants on all of those when I was during the course of the year. Fun fact, that Lamborghini Miura and that Mustang, not those exact ones, but that particular make of Matchbox car, were ones I had when I was a kid, and they've sort of inspired me to get into the whole doing some cars thing. All right, so there's your tour. So that's pretty much, as I said, my workspace. There's a lot that goes on with it. Here's that thing I was telling you about. You can see how it's split horribly. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, but that's hang on a moment. Sorry, I'm just reading something from Instagram. Whatever, man. Go away. Yes. Sorry, I'm getting a bit. There we go. Dear, oh dear. Oh, for God's sake, get out of my way. What is it doing to me? There we go. Dear, oh dear. You guys can still see me, can't you? Because I know the people on Instagram can't, but that doesn't bother me. Now, let me just get that back into place. So yeah. Anyway, there we have it. Ha! Model crazy, you reckon? Yeah, I've got to like to think I've got a few things that make people go, wow. Makes me feel a bit good about the world. It's that's actually, in fact, part of the reason I set it up this way was because I want people to something I'll actually show you another day. I don't actually. What I would like to do one day, just is actually go through what I actually have in my stash, because I do have a plan. I have a plan. I have a dream, not of a free America. Although, hey, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But I have a dream of, or a plan with more models. There is something, and I'd like to go through some of what that is. Yeah, so much to do. This is why I take issue with the human lifespan being as horribly short as it is. So much to do, people. Anyway, I set the place up so that people could go and check out what I've got. And I've got a really cool library in that room that was just carnage. It's not actually as bad as it looks. But at the end of the day, there's some really cool books in there too. I've actually got a whole bookshelf of classic literature. I've got bookshelf of military history and martial arts, and yeah, the list goes on. So yeah, now if I'm doing that, there we go. Now what I need to, here we go. Here's another So we're going to possibly look at doing. What's the time? I need to keep an eye on that, guys. We're starting to run it a bit close. As I haven't got anything out, I'm actually going to wind up the stream now because, like I said, I want to make sure I'm at the final inspection, as you can imagine. I might do a little bit off stream later today. I may not. We'll get on to it'll be, you get the idea. It'll come together. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking an interest in my new space. I'm pretty pleased with it myself. Alrighty, I'm going to do my wind-up spiel. And, there we are. Alrighty, again, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Yeah, you too, Michael. Now, I'm, like I said, I'll be doing a few bits and bobs. Why is I don't know if you guys are getting it, but my lighting seems to be going light, dark. Like what goes on with that? I digress. Anyway, be that as it may. It's doing it again. I think it's a thing more. It wasn't doing it when I was on the either way. Thank you for watching. I will be back on, well, my Wednesday. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, we're looking Tuesday. Well, I guess that depends where you are in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the US, Canada, Central America, Tuesday. Depending where you are in Europe, Tuesday, early Wednesday. There we have it. But I will be back. Now I'm planning on being back on a wee bit earlier. My normal time is 7 p.m. for you, I think, in Cutie Guy, being in the Central Standard Time. So yeah, I'll be looking to get on to that on around that sort of a time. Now, first-time viewers, many things I would like you to do. Give it a like. That's always good. Follow, like, or subscribe. There's the big win. Yes. And if you'd like to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Discord. And I'm Rob the Builder and Food Monster on Twitter. Can you guess what 3 words I'm going to pitch at you people? I think you can. Follow, like, subscribe. Your nose wants to. Now, in the meantime, all that is left to be said is that on Wednesday, I will be back. Actually, it won't be at the same time because I'm looking to go earlier, aren't I? So it'll be a similar time. So, take 2. On Wednesday, I'll be back at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. And hopefully I'll catch you guys then. See yous.